Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel, U.S. Immigration. We hope you're doing great. Well, in today's video, we will be talking about a Texas judge suspending Biden's immigration reform policy for spouses of U.S. citizens, in a recent legal development that has significant implications for U.S. immigration policy. A Texas judge has suspended the Biden administration's reform policy aimed at facilitating the process for spouses of U.S. citizens. This suspension halts the implementation of a policy designed to streamline immigration procedures and provide a more efficient path for family reunification. The judge's decision introduces uncertainty and potential delays for many families awaiting approval, underscoring the ongoing legal and political debates surrounding immigration reform in the United States. If you are interested in this, so to get all the information, pay attention and watch the video through to the end. Please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification bell for an upcoming video. So, without any further delay, let's jump into the video. A Texas judge on Monday ordered a temporary pause on a policy that would streamline the process for spouses of U.S. citizens to obtain legal status in the country, a blow to one of U.S. President Joe Biden's biggest immigration reform policies. Judge Campbell Barker granted a 14-day administrative stay in a case brought by the Republican attorneys general of 16 U.S. states challenging the Biden administration's policy. In June, Biden announced the new policy, which streamlined a pathway to citizenship for an estimated 500,000 immigrants married to U.S. nationals. The 16 states bringing the lawsuit, however, say the policy is costing them millions of dollars in public services, including healthcare, education, and law enforcement used by the immigrants. The claims are substantial and warrant closer consideration than the court has been able to afford to date, Judge Barker wrote in his order. This is just the first step. We are going to keep fighting for Texas, our country, and the rule of law, said Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, whose state is party to the case, in a post on X after the order. The Biden administration has been struggling to address immigration, a hugely divisive issue for many Americans ahead of November's presidential election, which will see Vice President Kamala Harris take on Republican Donald Trump. The Democratic Party is walking a fine line between seeking to be tougher on illegal migrants while also introducing reforms to the country's inefficient immigration system. Trump's campaign for the White House is centered on portraying the United States as under assault by what he calls a migrant invasion. The new rules would streamline the process for those who already qualify for permanent residence by removing a requirement that they leave the country as part of the application process. The rules applied to those present in the country for at least 10 years and married to a U.S. citizen before June 17, 2024, and also applied to an estimated 50,000 stepchildren of U.S. citizens. Those approved would be granted work authorization and the right to stay in the United States for up to 3 years while they apply for a green card, which is a pathway to full citizenship. Monday's ruling suspends the granting of this parole-in-place status but does not halt the Department of Homeland Security from continuing to accept applications for the status. Barker wrote that the court did not express any ultimate conclusions about the success or likely success of the plaintiff's case while the stay was in place. The court announced an expedited hearing schedule in the case, but Barker noted that the 2-week stay would likely be extended while proceedings are underway. The court thus expects that good cause may exist to extend this administrative stay for additional periods through mid-October. The Texas judge's suspension of the Biden administration's immigration reform policy for spouses of U.S. citizens marks a pivotal moment in the ongoing discourse on immigration in the U.S. As legal battles continue, the impact on affected families remains a critical concern. The outcome of this case will not only influence the future of immigration reform, but also highlight the broader challenges facing the U.S. immigration system. Stakeholders and observers will be closely watching as developments unfold, shaping the landscape of U.S. immigration policy in the months ahead. That is all for today in this video. What are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully the information is useful to you. See you later in the next video. Till then, take care.
Hello everyone, welcome back to channel US Immigration. We hope you're doing great. Well, in today's video, we'll be talking about a Texas judge suspending Biden immigration reform policy for spouse of US citizens. A Texas judge has temporarily suspended a key component of President Joe Biden's immigration reform policy that aimed to simplify the process for spouses of US citizens to obtain legal status. On Monday, Judge Campbell Barker granted a 14-day administrative stay following a lawsuit filed by attorneys general of 16 Republican-led states. These states argue that the policy would impose substantial costs on public services such as healthcare, education, and law enforcement, which they claim are used by the immigrants benefiting from the reform. Announced in June, the Biden administration policy was designed to streamline the pathway to citizenship for approximately 500,000 immigrants married to U.S. nationals. It proposed eliminating the requirement for these immigrants to leave the country while applying for permanent residence, which would have allowed them to stay in the U.S. legally while their application was processed. This reform also included provisions for around 50,000 stepchildren of U.S. citizens. The policy change was part of a broader attempt by the Biden administration to address the contentious issue of immigration, a central topic in the upcoming November presidential election, where Vice President Kamala Harris will face former President Donald Trump. Trump has criticized the policy as part of his campaign narrative of a migrant invasion. The judge's ruling does not stop the Department of Homeland Security from accepting new obligations under the policy, but does not halt the granting of parole-in-place status. The court's order, which could be extended beyond the initial 2 weeks, reflects the need for further legal examination of the claims made by the plaintiffs. The eventual outcome of this case will be crucial in shaping the future immigration policies and will likely continue to be a point of contention and observation as legal proceedings progress.